Hi, my name is Todd Frederking.
And I am Chris Kelso, and you are tuning in to Your Home Houston, where last week we had the pleasure of interviewing our Mayor of Houston, Mayor Annise Parker.
We had a lot of great conversation, and what's to follow is some highlights of that great conversation. Once again, thank you for watching Your Home Houston. My name is Todd Frederking.
And I am Chris Kelso. Stay tuned.
Well, everyone has to remember that we had a run-up in oil prices just as the U.S. economy and the world economy was beginning to tank. We are still 50% dependent on the oil and energy industry, and that is the stalwart of our economy. But if you look at the big four, it's the oil and energy, it's the Port of Houston, Texas Medical Center, and then NASA and aerospace is a distant fourth. But the port, oil and gas, the medical center, those are all globally connected. And really the Texas Medical Center is somewhat recession-proof. And then the port, while it's been affected by the global downturn, is about to absolutely explode with new traffic with the new channel at the Panama Canal.
Correct.
And so there's a lot of strength here in our economy. Of course, we're a small business, very entrepreneurial city as well, and as we all know, most jobs are created by small businesses, not the big guys.
No, I would agree with you. In fact, when you were the city controller, one of the things that we talked about back then in a meeting that you gave was the fact is that Houston, over the period of time, the past 20 years, from 1980 to today, has really learned from some of our mistakes. Oil and gas, instead of being 70%, is now 50%. We really diversified our economy because of that.
Well, and it's not so much a handful of big companies, even in the oil and energy sector. While it has shrunk relative to the the overall economy, it's not that that sector is smaller. It's that as we have grown into new areas, and we're doing our best to attract the service companies, the companies that support the large oil and gas companies.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's be blunt. There are a lot of folks out there who think that Houston is some kind of a redneck wasteland. It is a interesting, fun, diverse, cosmopolitan city. Anything that you want in a big city is here in Houston, except maybe scenic terrain. Okay, we don't have any mountains, we're not right on the ocean, although it's just an hour away.
Sure.
So, but everything you want in a city, plus opportunity.
Right.
And that's something that so many of those other cities don't have. We have a growing economy. We're expanding. It's a great place to live and start a business. Well, again, we have 4 major employment sectors. In addition, we are perhaps the most entrepreneurial city in America. And you can put that down to a lot of things, but I think among those, we have very low barriers to entry to starting a job. We have a low tax, low regulatory environment. We're a very inexpensive place to live. We have an educated workforce here. All of those things combined together make this a good place for companies to come and launch a business or grow a business. We have a robust educational environment here with a number of colleges and universities. If you can attract students here to go to school, they're going to stay.
Right.
And University of Houston and Rice University in particular are research institutions. They're doing a lot of cutting-edge research. There are spin-off technology applications to that. Texas Medical Center as well. The one cloud on the horizon is the NASA aerospace piece.
Correct.
Clearly, we don't know what the future of space travel is going to be. We're told that we're going to continue to be mission controlled, that there's going to be a next generation of rockets to take us to an asteroid or to Mars. But for the next year or two, there's going to be a tremendous slowdown. And we are worried that there might be a brain drain if we can't absorb the scientists and the engineers and the technicians that are being laid off at NASA right now. We're one of the great restaurant cities in America. Now, I'm not a foodie, but I'm more of a Tex-Mex and barbecue. But we're a great restaurant town. We have one of the highest ratios of restaurants per capita of any big city. We have all the performing arts. We have the sports, the major sports. We are actually an arts destination for the visual arts and rapidly growing on the international art scene. But we have with the colleges and universities, there's a younger, cutting-edge vibe. So the things that you look for in a big city, plus the ability to make a living, are all important to us here in Houston. And don't discount that last, the ability to make a living. We could be a terrible place. And I happen to think Houston's a great place to live. I love Houston. But we could be a terrible place to live, and if we were the only booming economy in the country, people would be coming here. We had the second highest level of job growth over the last couple of years of any sector or any part of the United States. And so a great cosmopolitan, diverse city, plus the ability to earn a living, that's what attracts people here.
Right.
I can make all kinds of jokes about the heat and the humidity, and it is hot, but you can be outside in Houston all but a handful of days.
Right, I would agree.
This is an unusually dry summer, but we're a year-round city, and we are getting much better in the amenities that get people out and outdoors, and the bike trails, the parks. There's some great things going on here that are going to help us turn the corner in that area too. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I think that Houston is poised to just take off as the economy picks up. Now, obviously, we're not immune to what happens in the national economy. We're more tied to the global economy, and we really didn't start to slow down until the world economy cratered starting in 2008. But oil and gas is going to be with us for a very long time.
Right.
Which is good.
Having the world's largest medical center. Again, there's some uncertainty as to what happens with federal health care laws, but what we need to do a better job of is exploiting the new technologies and the biomedical applications of the research that we're doing. But we'll get there. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the Panama Canal, there's a new channel opening up which will allow the bigger ships to come through the Panama Canal. We'll actually be closer in nautical miles to Asia than the West Coast if they come through the canal. So we expect an explosion in new waterborne traffic into the area, and we just have to be poised and ready to take advantage of that. And then we are one of the green jobs and green energy leaders going into the future as well.